This 26 Sports high school basketball presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
All right, we're back here at the gymnasium in Cadillac for the second quarter action. The Cadillac Vikings and the Fremont Packers. Vikings-Packer matchup here. Doing our stats tonight is Terry Dooley, so appreciate that at halftime. And our leading scorer for Fremont is Nate Hoffman, 12 points. And the Vikings, they have 2 with 4. That is Quinn Crago, Vinny Genema, and McTaggart and Benson both have 3. So the Packers will inbound it. And Nate Hoffman with an outstanding first quarter.
And here you go. Baker on Hoffman now, checking to see what kind of deodorant he's wearing.
Hoffman into number 50, that's Clark. Clark, a little bit of a double dribble there, yep, travel.
Yep, heading to the rim before putting the ball on the floor.
Do we have a theme here tonight for the, I'm not seeing one, Jay.
For the Cadillac Crazies?
Yeah, for the Crazies.
I'm thinking it's
it
college theme.
Okay,
yeah, I see a lot of college sweatshirts and T-shirts.
All right.
Amidst the Crazies. I'm sure we'll get a shot of that soon enough.
Barszewski back into Crago. Crago ducks underneath and puts it off the glass. Didn't look like there was any opening.
Yeah, but Quinn is so long that if he can establish that pivot and take that one extra step, he can get to the rim if you let him get too close, as we get a Viking foul here.
Yeah, and Dominic Byrne with a strong baseline move. He'll get rewarded at the line with 2. And Quinn has his first foul of the night. That is the 5th team foul for Cadillac.
I think, Bill, they actually got Vinny Genema for that one.
You got Vinny?
Yeah.
Okay. These 54-year-old eyes saw a 40-something up there. Vinny Genema kicks it into Baker. Hoffman will retreat now. 17-16, the Vikings in the lead, second quarter. Into Crago, dumps it back over to Brooks. Brooks goes baseline, he's sealed off, and then Quinn Crago comes back with it with a little baby right-hand hook. Good save, but it goes right to Brooks, and he's fouled by, like the 32, that's Colin Howell.
Yeah, I don't know how the Vikings ended up with that ball. That went through, looked like it went through 4 pairs of hands that were in red jerseys to end up in Quinn's hands, but Vikings will take it.
Crago spins, glass, too hard. Genema picks up the loose stuff, and that's picking up the garbage. That's what we call it in hockey.
Vinny Genema finding a lot of loose change on the floor.
Absolutely. Fremont will get a second attempt. Over to Clark. Clark back to Byrne. Byrne being guarded by Brooks. Geeting. Ryan Geeting tries to go through 2 people, dumps it back. It's going to be Cadillac ball. That one didn't have a high percentage at first. McTaggart back in for the Vikes. And Baker expends a lot of energy out there, Jay. When he does get a break on the bench, you know he's getting some oxygen.
Well, he doesn't like to come off, but
no.
Yeah, he is easily, and I've said this before, and I'll repeat it ad nauseum, the best on-ball defender I've seen at the high school level in a long, long time.
And that's saying a lot. So they're going to have Brooks, looks like he'll take over Baker's. Good active hands there by Geeting, and he forces the turnover. Fremont right back the other way with Hoffman. Hoffman goes into the lane, hesitates, and floats it in from a hideous angle.
Tough shot
over
by Nathan
Crago.
Hoffman. Wow.
Over Grant Crago.
But you can see Baker goes to the bench, and Nathan Hoffman starts attacking the rim again.
There's a block out of bounds by Clark.
Brandon Clark with the volleyball block.
And Fremont has really impressed me so far to start the game.
Yeah, they're really playing very solidly for a team that's coming in 4-14.
They're
impressive.
really efficient so far in their offensive possessions. There's a pass to Barshevsky, throws it up and draws a foul. Good acrobatic move by Tyler.
It was a nice job by Barczewski also to realize that Quinn was not going to shoot that baby hook and to stay alert for that pass. Well, Bill, these two teams both in Class B. I was just looking to see what kind of history the Packers have and what kind of success they've had in the playoffs, despite both being in Class B, as Barczewski makes them both. They haven't played each other since 1979.
79. Holy smokes.
In the playoffs. I don't know about regular season. In
Right.
the playoffs, they haven't seen each other since 1979.
That's a great stack. And Byrne it's partially tipped by Crago, rebounded by Schmidt. Schmidt will get it back to Hoffman. They'll settle it down. Vikings up 21-18 here in the second quarter. Brandon Clark to Schmidt. Schmidt with the left-hand dribble. He's got Quago in front of him. That one is short and rebounded by Quinn.
Crago did not get a piece of that, but that was all Quinn Crago altering that shot, forcing the miss.
Intimidation. McTaggart with a triple. Doesn't hit the rim and right back the other way comes Schmidt. 2-on-2. He'll take it with a dish. Won't go. And Brooks will have the rebound.
Nice job by Brooks to force that tough shot.
I think it was, okay. I thought it went off Tyler last on his foot, but they're going to give it to Cadillac. Checking back into the game is Kukul, and Ethan Baker didn't have too much of a break.
No. I'll tell you right now, Nathan Hoffman is not glad to see him either.
First minutes of the game for Mason McDowell, number 23. He is a 6'1 senior forward for Fremont. So that's his first appearance. McTaggart kicks it way back to Benson. Back to McTaggart. Over to Benson. He has an open look. Crago back to Baker. A little stutter step. 4 minutes to go here in the half. McTaggart cross to Benson. Puts up the three. Won't go. Rebounded nicely by Barshevsky. Quinn Crago. Back to Baker. Vikings moving it around. Looked like that was an intentional foul, but I know it wasn't. Schmidt got him. Want to thank Cadillac Castings and Pizza Plus, our sponsors. We also have some more that we'll get to in just a second here, too. Now Barshevsky setting the pick is Crago. Back to Quinn. And he just floats it in with that baby right hook. 23-18.
Nice job by Quinn to quickly get that up in the air. And that's a good call. Quinn did not have good position yet. Tried to kind of slide his way in front of Hoffman, but did not get himself squared up from my eyes.
No, and it's a smart play by Hoffman to go right at Crago. You know, get him his first foul. And boy, nice easy shot by Hoffman.
Yeah, Sam Castro, the 6'3 junior on the bench and in crutches, may be their high scorer and rebounder, but Hoffman's got to be number 2, I would assume. It's looked good tonight.
Yeah, he sure has. The Vikings are back to work. Little reach in. Hoffman did not get it. Baker all the way over to Tyler Barshevsky, and he's traveled. Good call.
And that's right there, Bill. There's one more pass by Barshevsky into the corner to Benson, and there's nobody there. Nobody's recovering. Nobody's going to get out to Cooper, and that's an easy look in the corner. He faked it and tried to drive, but if he makes that pass, that's an open look for Cooper in the corner. Hoffman's got 14 to lead all scorers right now.
Unbelievable. Hoffman will dish it back, and Crago, good hustle there. Gets it to McTaggart. Now the Vikings. Benson out to Brooks. There's a nice triple attempt, little short, and rebounded by number 4. That's Connor Granzo.
Good look there, though, by the Vikings.
Mason McDowell, he'll take his first shot. In and out. Following it up is Kukul, and he plowed over his old man. He's hurt, I think. Yeah, he's holding his left ankle, Jay.
Yeah, I think Schmidt might have rolled it when he collided with Kukul.
Yeah. There's a little disparity on the weight there, and he's
favoring that left pretty badly.
Yep. They're going to help him off the court right now, and back in is Dominic Byrne. So we'll hope that Ben Schmidt will be okay, that he can get a little attention and maybe be back for the second half. The Vikings with the 3-point lead, 23-20, 2:26 to go here in the half. Scoring has been pretty even for Cadillac. And a steal by Nate Hoffman. He'll turn it right back the other way. He's been all over the court tonight. Dominic Byrne to Hoffman. Hoffman dishes, and a little push on Ethan Baker.
That should send him to the line for a 1-on-1, I believe, Bill.
They just figured it out.
You know, and Hoffman, Cooper Kugel's coming over to set a pick, and, you know, Cooper Kugel could set a pick.
Yeah.
But Hoffman is taking off too soon. He's not letting Kugel get there and get set. And by taking off, his defender easily gets around Kugel. He just waits another beat or two, allow Cooper to set that pick. He can free himself.
Kugel had a hand on it, but it goes out of bounds, so the Vikes will take over. There's a lot to be said to let things develop on a play, you know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
Ethan Baker down deep. That's Gavin Daniels' first time in the game. He was baseline. Benson to Daniels. Little lazy pass, and nice hands there by Ethan Baker to retrieve it. He's coming back the other way, but there's a lot of red shirts.
I don't know how Ethan Baker keeps that dribble.
Yeah. McTaggart, it looked like he was going to do an alley-oop off the backboard for the slam.
Yeah, it was tipped away by Connor Granzo, who's giving the classic hands over mouth, what? type reaction, but got him from behind.
Some fresh troops coming in. Ryan Geeding along with Brandon Clark for Fremont. And did we see Barczewski's back in?
Gavin Daniels.
Gavin Daniels getting some time. I think Fremont has kind of cranked up the D a little bit here as the game is going on.
Minute 5 left here in the half.
There's another steal, but that was handed right to him.
That's about the 4th steal for the Packers at the top of the key there, where they've tried to make that entry pass to the free throw line area. It just hasn't been there. They're not extending to such an extent that pass is there, and they're trying to force it. Ethan Baker tried to no-look it there, and it still got picked off. It's at least, by my count, the 4th time they've had a turnover trying to make that entry pass.
Dominic Byrne does not get the first one to fall. Craigo will come back in for Daniels. 1 minute to go, and it is a 2-point game. Byrne will try and shave it down to a 1-point deficit.
Cadillac Crazies waving the Craigo and Baker big heads in the crowd to distract him.
And that's another new phenomena that we certainly didn't have when we were playing.
Nope.
All right, 46 seconds to go here. Vikings into Craigo, and that one is bounced around but fouled.
And Quinn got bailed out there a bit, Bill, because when he turned, when he turned, he had an open look. I mean, we call him the big fundamental. He's just so smooth. He's so solid down low. He's never really out of balance. He's got a really nice 8 to 10 foot jumper, and he uses the glass well. And from where he was standing, that's a pretty simple jumper for him. And there's nobody on the floor that was in his vicinity on that play that's going to challenge that shot. But what he did was he put it on the floor. 3 red shirts converge. He does go to the line, thankfully, as he makes the front end of that 1-and-1, but it's difficult when you're 6'6". Take that pass, go right overhead, take that short shot, rather than put it down on the floor where the other smaller players can take it away from you.
Giving the defense that chance they need. He makes both.
And you can see the kind of stroke he has from 15 at the free throw line. He's an excellent free throw shooter. He's more than capable of making that. Little full court press here.
Yeah. And it will pay off as Benson gets the steal to Quinn Crago. Back to Brooks. And the Vikings will try and stretch it out to a 6-point lead with 25 seconds to go here in the half. Wide open weak side was Barczewski.
The skip passes are there. Kevin talks about that all the time. I keep dropping Kevin's name. I've worked with him so many times that I think a lot of stuff he says is just sticking in my head now, and he'll be glad to hear that when he watches this. But against that 2-3 zone, there are a lot of skip passes that are there, especially when you drive from one wing, the opposite corner. Now, it can be a difficult shot, but if you take the one dribble, elevate, you don't often want to, obviously you don't want to elevate and commit, but that skip pass can be there, whether it's from the outside, on the kick, or the drive and kick, especially with the Packers, because the Packers are really stretching that zone defense because they're chasing players on the outside, trying to disrupt the entry passes to Quinn Crago, which they've done a very good job of. The passes that Quinn has got, it's been rough going for him, but those skip passes are there and open looks are there. And honestly, if the Vikings have any hope of extending this 5-year streak of regional championships and district championships, the streak prior to these past 5 years, they didn't have a district for several years. They're going to need outside shooting. They're going to need good outside shooting. They're going to need these sophomores, Benson and Brooks, to not be afraid to take shots and shoot them. And take shots. McTaggart's not afraid to shoot.
Right, he is.
But he's going to draw a lot of attention. So
a steal for the Packers with 5 seconds to go. Hoffman throws up the shot, floats it in at the buzzer. And we have to say that was an absolutely phenomenal first half by Nate Hoffman.
Yeah, Hoffman, the senior, really putting the Packers on his back. 10, 13, 17 first half points for Nathan Hoffman. That was a great shot at the end there with good body control off the glass. Tough angle. That's
a good night's work, and he did that all in the first half. Okay, the Vikings with a 25-23 lead at halftime. You are watching boys high school basketball action on My News 26 Sports. We'll be back in just a moment with the halftime report.